If you're a business leader that is working hard, you're committed to your vision, you're giving your team, organization, everything you have, but you just can't wrap your head around why they're not growing, why you can't get the most of them, why it feels like your team's falling apart rather than coming together and making it happen. In today's video, I'm gonna shine light on 3 blind spots that almost all leaders have that keeps them from going to the level that they can go to. And my hope is, after we review some of this information, you can make the changes necessary to bring your vision into reality. My name is Nima Attar. I have an organization in the financial industry with over 500 individuals. And in order to build such a business and such an organization, not only did I have to become a great leader, but I had to build leaders within my organization that can lead other leaders. That's why in today's video, I want to share with you the wisdom that I've gained, the experience that I've gained, so you don't make some of the mistakes that I or some of the leaders that I've led have made that cost them a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of good people. Here is the first major mistake that leaders make that kills the organization or keeps it from growing. They either have low standards or they have a weak team culture. As human beings, we will only ever meet the standards that are set for us, either by ourselves or by the people that lead us. When you're a kid, your parents set the standard for what grades you should get, for how hard you should work, for how you should be with other people in social settings. As you get older, your leaders might be coaches for sports teams that play for. Maybe it's the boss that you're working for. Maybe it's a mentor that is mentoring you. But whatever it is, once you become a leader, it's up to you to not only have a high standard for your organization, but you also have to keep people accountable to that standard. Now, having a great standard is not enough. You also need to have the right team culture. So as your team grows, as the organization gets bigger, new people can adapt to the culture that you have, and you can filter out the wrong people for your team that don't meet the culture and don't meet what you're looking for. So here's my recommendation. Whether you're just leading yourself, whether you're leading 5 people or you're leading 500 people, get your culture and your standards in place as soon as possible. The smaller your team is, the easier it is to set a team culture and a standard, and everyone else that comes into the organization from there on will have to live by it, or they'll have to go somewhere else that fits what they're looking for. Now, I want to share with you what is my team culture that I hold my organization accountable to, and I believe this team culture that I've developed is the major reason why our team has grown so much, why we have so many different people, different ages, different backgrounds, different cultures that they came from that are having huge success with us. Many of them make high 6 figures. Some of them are even nearing 7 figures. And I myself have been able to earn a 7-figure income through my business, through my organization, by having such a great culture. So I'm going to go over with all of you so you can understand and maybe even duplicate this within your own team if you find similar values between myself and you as you build your team in the future. There is 7 values in my team culture that I make sure I constantly repeat, because what is not repeated will not be remembered, and what is not remembered will not be taken action on. So once you have the team culture, you got to make sure you constantly bring it up and keep the individuals accountable to it so that culture lives and breathes within the organization. Here's the first one. Constant and never-ending improvement, reaching our full potential as individuals and as a team, and in the process, helping others do the same. Here's the second one. Respect and recognition for ourselves, for others, for our system and the integrity behind it, for those that have paved the way before us. We always want to respect and recognize the leaders that came before that helped us develop what we have, that allowed us to take it to the next level. Teamwork and giving mentality, helping others without expectation, clear and open communication, partners mentality, understanding that when one of us grows, it helps all of us grow at the same time. Love and respect for everyone, even especially those you don't like or get along with. I don't expect everyone in my organization to like each other. Well, there's 500 people. That's impossible. But you got to love and respect everyone. Just like with your siblings. You have brothers and sisters that maybe you don't like sometimes, that maybe annoy you sometimes. But guess what? You love them and you respect them. And if they ever need you, you're going to step up because of the respect that you have for your parents and your family lineage. It's the same with our team and organization. We're brothers and sisters and we treat each other in that way. Here's Here's the next one. Treat others the way you would or want to be treated. All of this is under teamwork and giving mentality. That's one of the major values that we have. We don't talk behind each other's back. We don't create drama. Everything is upfront. We talk to each other. If somebody has an issue with someone, it's a three-way conversation that either involves me or another leader to make sure everything is sorted without anything going outside of the individuals involved in the problem. That's a huge, huge part of values and team culture. Here's the third one. We're visionaries. We are big thinkers. We see and believe in a better future. Here's the fifth one. Play to win. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Here's the reality of it. You're not always going to win. You're not always going to be number one, but we need to always fight and give it everything we had to win. This is why the quote is so amazing. It's not about winning. It's about wanting to win, because as long as you're giving it everything you have to win, eventually winning will find you. Here's the sixth one. Humble. Everyone can learn something from someone. No one is better or worse than someone else. People may have better results. They may have better skills, better talents, or be more experienced, but no one is better than someone else. We are all unique in our own way and have a unique story. The last one, the seventh. Positive. We enjoy the process and we love the journey, and we have a fun and friendly environment where everyone feels welcome, everyone has a good time, and everyone is respected and appreciated as a unique human being. And I love this culture. And I tell you what, you come to any of our meetings, you come to any of our parties, you come to any event that involves our team members, you'll feel so comfortable, you'll feel so loved, you'll feel that positive energy, because this team culture is something that I have helped implement in the organization, but my team does such an amazing job of making sure that everyone plays by those rules, and every leader in my organization keeps everyone up to these standards and to these values. If you like some of these values, you can copy them. I have no problem with that. If there is some that I missed that you want to incorporate in your organization, do it. But make sure you repeat it often, and make sure you keep your team accountable. And as you build leaders in your organization, they will do the same with the people that are following them. Here's the second major mistake that leaders make that kills the organization. They either talk negatively about their team to themselves or to their loved ones, like a spouse or parents or other people that they trust, or worse, they talk negatively about their team members to other team members in the organization. Let's address the first one, and then we'll go to the second one. If you don't love your team, if you don't care for your team, if you don't have empathy for your team, you will not be able to transfer the energy you need to transfer them to lead them at the level you can lead them at. You could ask anyone outside of my organization, whether it's best friends of mine, whether it's my parents, whether it's my mentor, and the mentor is the person who we can usually vent to. Ask any of them if I've ever said anything negative about a team member of mine. I promise you I haven't. Because if it comes out of my mouth, it's going to exist in my mind. And if it exists in my mind, it's going to eventually go to my heart. And once it goes to the heart, that energy is going to transfer. So that's the first tip here. So here's a practice that I've learned. I always, anytime I have a problem with someone in my team, it's easy to love and like the team members that you get along with and you vibe with and you have a similar personality type with. That's not challenging for anyone. But with the team members that you do have a challenge with, the ones who you have personality clashes with, the ones who maybe you don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, maybe you have different perspectives on different areas of life. Here's what I do all the time before I go in and have contact with them. I write down the qualities about them that I like. I write down things about them that I respect. And it puts me in a headspace where I truly can value them for the amazing, unique person that they are. So the conversation is always good, it's always fruitful, and it always goes into a direction that benefits them. Never ever talk negatively about your team. Always look for their positive qualities. Always be grateful for the great things and unique things that they have. Now let's go in the second part of this, which is an obvious one. Never ever talk negatively or badly about your team members to other team members in the organization. Other than the fact that it creates a terrible, toxic culture of drama and of people bad-mouthing each other. But you know what else it does? When you're finished telling person X about person Y and how annoying they are and how bad they are or whatever it is, guess what person X thinks about when they walk away? I wonder if he says that about me to other people. When you talk negatively about someone to someone else, that person somewhere in their mind goes, if they have such audacity and such a character where they can talk so negatively about another person, they probably talk about me like this to other people, or if I get on their wrong side, they'll do the same thing to me. And that's a thing that gets imprinted in their mind, and that becomes your brand. And you never want to have such a negative brand as a leader. Here's the third point, and in my opinion, this is the most important one of the three, because if you don't get this right, you're probably not going to get any of the other ones right either. wanting to make everyone in the organization happy. Nothing will kill you faster than trying to make everyone happy. And when I say kill you, I don't literally mean kill you. I mean, that's possible. If you get a lot of stress and get a heart attack, I guess it could kill you. But I'm talking kill you in terms of burnout, in terms of you get stressed so much where you get so sick of your team where you don't even want to deal with them anymore. And we call this leadership fatigue. And nothing will get you there faster than the need to make everyone in the organization happy. This is one of the areas that I believe I was always really great at. I mean, I think one of the qualities or one of the talents that I was maybe even born with was the ability to say no to people or to potentially make them uncomfortable or even unhappy for their benefit. Not from a point of wanting to hurt them, not from a point of wanting to bully them, nothing like that at all. But sometimes in order to help someone grow, in order to help someone to go to that next level, you need to have a conversation with them that is uncomfortable. You need to pull them aside and say some things to them that might hurt their feelings at the time. And that hurt feeling is gonna lead to them making those changes. Look, I can tell you right now, my dad is a great leader and he did a great job of leading our family and he's doing a great job of leading his businesses. But here's the reality of it. Many of the biggest positive changes that I made in my life was after conversations with my dad that were very uncomfortable, that hurt my feelings. Times where he told me that, I need to get my shit together. Times where he told me that, look, I need to step up in a certain area of my life or I'm going to lose big time. And those conversations were uncomfortable. They hurt me, but guess what? They helped me grow more than anything else. So you have to be able to hold your team by those standards and have those conversations. And the only way you can do that is if you let go of this need to people please and to make everyone happy. Here's one thing that I told my team the other day when I was doing a leadership training for the leaders in my organization. And there's over 100 leaders in my organization, by the way, that are leading other followers and leaders. And here's what I told them. I said, you have to love your people, but you gotta prioritize the organization. I'll say this one more time because it's so important. You have to love your people, but you gotta prioritize the organization. You know what that means? That means even though you love everyone in your team and you care about them, if you need to kick someone out of the organization for the betterment of the organization, you gotta kick him out. If you need to have a serious talk with someone that could lead to them giving you a resignation or leaving the team, then you need to have that talk with them. If somebody breaks a rule or breaks a standard or a value that is involved in your culture, you need to go and have a serious talk with them. And if that talk leads to them wanting to leave the team, that's completely fine. Because the organization is the priority, even though you love and care about every individual in the team. And if you can respect that rule, you'll have a phenomenal organization that'll feed a lot of great leaders and they'll keep producing more and more great leaders. But here's the thing. If you make some of those mistakes, if you don't hold the values that you talk about all the time, if you don't keep people on the standards that you have, if you don't truly follow what you say in terms of taking action on it, not just saying it for the case of saying it, guess what's going to happen? The organization is going to die. And when the organization dies, every player in the team is going to suffer, including you. So always remember that quote. Love your team and care about them, but prioritize the organization. Now that you know the 3 major mistakes to avoid to build a great organization, I want you to click right here to watch my other video on the 3 qualities that all leaders must have to have great success and build a fantastic team. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every time you have a new video. And comment below what was some of the takeaways that you had from today's video that everyone else can learn from. Thank you. Until next time, bye-bye.